What's going on, everybody? This is Fizz. I make videos on health, pretty much the main topic. Other discussions too, I guess, which are definitely here. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about what the best thing you can do for your mind, body, and spirit is. And it's simple. As I wanted to say, you can share my videos, give me a like, give yourself a like. You should like yourself. It'll turn for the best. Check out some of my other videos. This isn't my only one. Leave a comment if feel free to. Be glad to hear it. Sub to the channel, of course. I'm going to be in here for the long run. I'm a raw dude. I'm always going to be on the tube and never going to quit. I'm not a quitter. And I'm a raw dude, so I give it raw and I'm honest. So what I want to talk about is the best thing you can do for your mind, body, and spirit. As simple as this. It's to listen to it. Other people tend to be influenced by everything around them, whatever it is. And this will shape you, make you, or break you. And the best thing you can do is to listen to your body, because then this will develop emotionally your mental state, and they all go hand in hand. And again, this will align you spiritually. You might not even know what spiritual is. You might already be doing something spiritual, or this might hit you like a rock in the head, or like a coconut that fell out of the tree. Though we don't have coconuts where I live. Where we're at, Pennsylvania. So, doing the best thing for your body is to listen to it. If you're hungry, eat. If your body has something significant it wants to tell you of what type of food it wants to eat, listen to it. I don't care if you're a vegan and your body's telling you to eat meat, you should listen to it. And because these symptoms and disease, they start slow and subtle. No one really notices till it's a full chronic disease or full blown, and it's hard to reverse. So I'm giving all my things, not just the thing I just said, all of it based off experience. And this is why I'm giving this video out here, being productive and enhancing other people's life, giving them warnings, telling them what I learned, even though it might take for someone, just to find this video or search it, depending on the time in the life, what's going on. But maybe this is helpful to anyone. Maybe someone who's already been through it. Maybe they need to hear it again. Or maybe it just lifts someone out of depression, or just gives them what they need to hear. As simple as that. Maybe that young child that needs to hear it. Someone, like I said, needs to hear it again. I'm not going to keep parroting it. So that's the best thing. If you're saying like, hey, this job's not aligning with me, it's your whole body. If you're not doing something that doesn't align with you, then you're not going to feel it. You might have to do something, stick something out that you don't really want to do, that's leading you somewhere that you want to do, and that's fine, as long as you know that, as long as you have a lead. Wow. A lead that's going to bring you the outcome ultimately that you want. A lot of people aren't doing that. They look like they're doing it. It's a mirage. It's a mirror. Your reality reflects you. It's the same thing. You're happy, the outside world's happy. If you're not happy, well, why aren't you happy? Let's get to the bottom of this. Let's discuss this. Because you can change that. You're doing things that aren't making you happy. Whatever it's eating something or just doing something. Job or career, hobby, whatever it is. There's limitations are only true when you set them on yourself and you believe what you heard, because what you believe in and what you hear is what you believe in. Just like one day you believed in the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus, the whole North Pole, the whole elves, whether they're real or not. And I'm not saying they are real or that they're not, but obviously all parents might think they're real too, because they keep telling the story to their kids that they are real. I don't know who invented this story or made the picture, drawn the ideal, the imagery of Santa, the presents coming down chimneys, leaving coal, Santa leaving coal in the stockings, having chocolate chip cookies out to give them in a glass container, whatever, with the reindeer, the whole 9 yards. Rudolph, the names of the reindeer, the North Pole, the elves making presents, Mrs. Claus, them being big and jolly in the red and white costume. Someone draw this whole thing out. This is imagination. This is someone being creative, putting their imagery in the real life, in the full effects. Before the words, there were images. Then the images, man, all language and all words are, they're conspiracies, but they're made up. They're just made up. People have different languages, and people have different accents depending on where they're at. And people know, bilingual, multilingual, whatever. But you see, this whole thing was made up. The whole discrepancy. It was invented. It's creative. That's why we hear the create. Whether you believe it or not, obviously people bought the idea. Literally bought the idea, believed in it. Whether it was money involved or not, they believed in the idea. They even tell their children the idea. Why are you telling your children something that you don't believe in? Obviously you do believe in it, whether you want to admit it or not, because why would you tell a lie? And then ultimately your children believe in it. Now I was just saying, for what you believe in and what you feel, if you don't feel right telling it, then you shouldn't tell it. Else there'd be no reason to do it, unless you're trying to start a joke, which that's fine. But if you're going to make a cool joke, then you don't want to do that. It's not good. And as you can see, the whole thing is really about believing. If your job's not aligned with you, then stop doing it. Do something that really matters. You can make it happen. That's what, 98% of people are not doing what they want to be doing. That it's simple as that. It's super easy. People don't get it. And this is how you align your body, mind, and spirit. Now, like I said, you may have to go through some turmoil to get there. It's probably going to need practice, whatever you're doing. And that's a whole nother thing, the dedication of time. The people are not doing this. Some people might be doing what they want to do, but they're not putting in the time / work. They're not doing that. So this is ruining them. They're not really behind it. Their heart is actually in it, but maybe it isn't. But they're not actually following up, putting in the practice, whatever it is. If you really love to do it, well, why aren't you doing it? What's keeping you back? Is it distractions? Is it ideals? Your girlfriend? Whatever it is, are you chasing what you really want to chase at the end of the day? If you want to chase, for instance, pussy, if you want to go chase that, then that's what you want to do. That's what you're going to manifest, sex, and whatever that holds, that's going to pertain to you. That could unfold to a bunch of things. A kid, or, having a girlfriend for the rest of life, or having emotional turmoil, devastating, maybe divorce, or just really sorrowness, grieving emotions because a breakup. You don't know it, you're chasing the sex, or maybe it mirrors nothing and you're just getting sex. But once you go after something, that's in your mind. You're programmed yourself, and you're going after that. If that's what you really want, to me, I'm not captain of anybody's ship, but that should be a side thing. That shouldn't be your motive thing, your main thing. There's other things. All the people who want to chase sex and stuff don't have nothing going on in their lives, usually, or they don't put a main goal or follow their dreams or what their heart's telling them to do. They don't. No one's heart is really going to tell them just to go have sex and go find a girlfriend. Maybe, but people over idolize this. It's not true at all. So, I know we got in deep right there. Doing what you want to do is what no one else is doing, actually doing. Don't listen to other people. If you want to go play the guitar, then go play the guitar. If you want to be a number one singer, go be the number one singer. No one's holding you back. In fact, it's the people that are the underdogs or go through the most that make it to the top. It's as simple as that. You can even make something up. People on YouTube who go shoot YouTube videos of what I eat in a day, Or, you know, I don't promote this, but some of them make fun of each other, or judge other people, or give their 2 cents about a situation. Some of them just go online and review music. And a lot of these people, especially on YouTube, make money off of what they do, and it was never even an option before. Now they can go anywhere in the world, and now they have more variety and more options. It all depends on what you want to do and what you like doing. And this is how you align your body, because once you get your body there, your physical body, where it needs to be in a state of health. Health is one thing, but following what your heart wants to do is another one that's kind of more spiritual, and then your emotions tie in right there. You can gain control of them, and it kind of happens with the process, which is what life is, and it never ends. There isn't a finish line. There isn't a go either. It just never ends, and that's how life is. No matter what you're practicing, what you're learning, there's always going to be more to come. It's a never-ending cycle, and it doesn't matter what activity you're enduring, engaged in, the cycle of all the activities, all of life never ends. Again, doing what you want to do. If it's paint a picture, go paint that picture. If it's going to the club and dancing your heart out, then go dance your heart out. Or just maybe joining a ballet class, then go do it. Making videos on YouTube. Stop procrastinating on what you want to do, or be involved in what you want to do. There's a lot of people. This is another thing, which already goes with a little bit. It always goes. Everything's together. I don't know the word, conjulated, but everything I say on all my videos always stems somehow one off another, because everything's connected. But we're not getting into that. What I wanted to say was what I was saying previously before the play off of that. I've known so many people that do so many good things. I don't know where their heart lies. I don't know if they're getting distractions. Relationships usually distract a lot of people. I know that. They envy a relationship. As soon as they break up, they have to be in a relationship, or they commit their whole life to their other partner. If that's your commitment and what you do, and you think that's your soulmate, and you want to involve your life around somebody else's, that's a big thing. That's a really big thing, and people don't know, especially younger ones, what they're getting into. And I'm not just talking like teenagers. I'm talking people in their 20s, and it still happens around at all ages. So here we go. We have these people who could do or were that I've seen in great commitment to do magnificent things. And some of these things is like this one girl I know, and I don't know if her heart's not in it, but from what I've seen, you know, the talent that somebody has, whether you want to call it a talent or a hobby, and like I said, how she wanted to prosecute this, it's all up to her. But I seen this one girl, and she's one of the coolest girls that I've ever met, to be honest, and nicest. She was a great artist. In just all types of art, just in creativity. And I could work with her, and she would because I always had ideas, creative ideas, I just never really made them sometimes. But she could put it, whatever the medium was, into reality, into 3D reality from the image from my head. She was so good at it. Nonetheless, she was in art shows. Pretty sure she went to art school, took art classes, made a bunch of art, you know, and I don't know if her job includes art to some degree, but she could have made her living off of this, her life out of this. But I don't know, did she get caught up? I know she was in a relationship, whatever, and got into other things, and got up into the worry that you need money. And I understand that's a whole another topic, that you need money, but or what are you doing for money? Are you living the life that you want for the money? Anybody can make money doing a bunch of things. People can go freaking scuba diving, be an instructor, you know, pick up trash on a highway, work at Burger King, sell beats online, be a YouTuber, be a vlogger. Some people freaking like strippers. Some people are, you know, whores. There's so many ways to make make money. AC, HVAC, working on people's houses, construction, masonry, you know, electronics. There's so many ways to make money. Yeah, you heard all these. Which way do you want to? You're going to do the thing that makes you the most money, you're going to do the thing that your heart's at. And I'm not saying this girl's heart was in art, but it could have been. I'm just saying, what I'm pointing out is the talents that I've seen people have that they never followed, and they put a long time in when they were a kid, and obviously had some appreciation and goal oriented towards, you know, making this art. And I'm not just talking about paintings and mediums. I'm talking art, because art's all around us. Sculpting, pictures, photography. I don't know why I said photography. Photography. Sex is even an art in itself. Everything is art. The way you eat your food, the way it's prepared, the way you get it, gather it. It's all art. It depends on how you view it. Like, and here's another example. A guitarist that used to play guitar really good. And I know a lot of people play the guitar, but I know when I see somebody and I see talent in them, and I try to push these people, but, you know, it doesn't matter what I do because it's all up to them. I can be a motivator and stuff like that, but, you know, at the point, do they really want to do it? And, you know, this person didn't fall through playing the guitar. I mean, and he was fantastic. I mean, but I even heard his music and I was like, wow. I was like, it stood out from other music I heard. I already knew, but he didn't, you know, he got caught up. He wanted girlfriends, basically. Most people's downfalls are relationships. They want to be connected to somebody, you know. It doesn't matter, and I'm going to get into this. I said what I had to say about that example. So, this person, you know, people get into relationships. Let me just be strictly honest. And I understand relationships and maybe feeling alone and wanting to be with somebody. First of all, you can't force to be with somebody. It's just not going to happen. Don't rebound. Rebounding is one of the worst things to do for you. Rebounding, you left a relationship or something happened, divorce, a breakup, whatever, for a reason. You left for a reason, okay? So it's time to move on, but it's also time to take some time to yourself. That's what that really means. People don't get this. They don't think this. They just think, oh, you know, it's time to move on. You know, it's just like, oh, you practice all the time playing this guitar, now you're just going to give it up. Well, you know, why don't you take some time and really think what you were doing and what you're trying to get into? People get in relationships for financial needs, for looks, for support, and you know, it goes a bunch of ways. But let me tell you something. I mean, there's so many reasons to get in a relationship, but you shouldn't chase something, especially like a relationship wise. It doesn't like that. You have to get yourself settled and know what you're going after. If, like I said in the beginning, if sex was what you really want, then go get it. But, you know, you don't know, you might be in for some trouble. You don't know what you're getting into. A baby, a turmoil, you know, there's so many things. And at the core of it, though, I don't care what you're searching for is already inside of you. You are both the man and woman. It might sound, if you never heard this before, it's both in you. The light, the dark, masculinity and femininity. It's both in you and always will be. Now, see, in this existence, you can only get so close to somebody. So if you want to be with, you know, another human being, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I see people doing it. No, they don't have their life together. If you can have your life together, someone else can't put it together for you. You know, you're not gonna get with someone else and they're gonna put it together. It doesn't work like that. You have to be set solid in stone and also flexible and stuff, but we're not getting into all those attributes. I don't care what relationship in the world it is. You can only be next to somebody, and most people are chasing something physical, which is sex, and some other things, emotions, loneliness, whatever, but desperation and things along those lines. In the physical realm, you can only get so close to somebody. You know, holding hands and touching each other is going to be the closest you can get. Like, holding hands is it. I know. It's the energy, because you have energy radiating throughout you. Whether you kiss somebody, give someone a massage, tickle them, touch them, and that's fine. The vibrations and the vibrancy, the aliveness, yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that stimulation at all. But the thing we need to, and then we can get to the deeper side, actually, having sex, actually fucking. This doesn't, you can't get any closer than this though. And you will realize this. Some people won't, but you can't get any closer than this. A lot of people just aren't set with themselves, aren't ready. And that's why they're going searching for someone else as if it's going to complete them. The funny thing is, you are already complete. Yes, and it probably, maybe you don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever at the time, and it sucks, and maybe everyone else does, but maybe you aren't ready for it. There's something better for you. There's a longing in you. Some people never get in relationships, and they're fine their whole life, and grand, something funny stepped on me. And there's just all these things. Just because you're not in a relationship and everyone else is, it doesn't defy you, and it doesn't matter, because you are you. Everyone's too caught up in the relationships. I don't know why, whether it's the propaganda or the media, the music, whatever it is, what pertains to you. Question yourself. Yeah, we got in deep on this end. So we got the mind, body, and the spirit, and how are you going to direct that energy? You are the spellcaster. Where are you going to tell it to go? And then it's going to manifest in real life. But are you really sure this is what you want and where you want it to go? It's as simple as that. So again, follow your heart and do what you want to do. The best thing you can do for your mind, body, and spirit is to listen to it. What makes you feel good? What are you attracted to? It's easy. It's not hard. A lot of people lie to themselves. It's not being in tune with the body and being aware. It's super easy. Don't listen to other people, what the media says, what your school says, all this stuff. You gotta think outside of that. Those are all external forces. You are internal. You tell yourself what you want to manifest, what you want to do, how you want to feel about something, or even about yourself. Don't let external forces, like all those ones, the school, the media, the music, the art, that's good. That's an outside, that's external. We got to look internally and see what's in there. How are we feeling? How is it resonating with us? How do we want to feel? How do we want to build? What do we want to do? You see, these are questions we are asking our damn selves. And then boom, boom, there's your consciousness. There's your spiritualness, your spirituality. And you already have the answers. Someone else is not going to give them for you. You know what I mean? It might motivate you and pull you in a direction, but the fact is you're already there. Don't waste your money on cons or things you don't need to. Do what really matters to you. And if you think you're going to benefit, from something, that's it right there. The fact that you thinking you're going to benefit from something, you could benefit for something that's evil or bad, or something that you think is good, but that's really negative or contrary to what you actually think. But you thinking in it, just the same thing I was about believing in Santa or the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, just you about believing it. All these people fell for all these beliefs. It's not really a lie if everyone believes in it. It's the same thing with God, and I'm not going there. But you see, everyone's falling for these beliefs, and here we go. It's the same thing. You think this. So if you think, eating a cheeseburger is going to heal your depression, it probably will. It's more likely a high probability. That's not to say you're eating your emotions, or you just ate a cheeseburger the other day, or you've been binge eating cheeseburgers, or maybe you've been starving yourself, neglecting yourself. Eating disorder, but those are all just terms and categories. So it's just the way you think. Thinking increases your chances and probability. It's as simple as that. It doesn't make you, though. It doesn't matter what you think, because ultimately you don't think. You are still being in human consciousness, and this is what people don't understand at all. You control every one of your thoughts, and especially your emotions. They are, fiscally, they do jump around, and, it usually resonates with how you're feeling. But When everything connects and everything rolls, nothing can control you. You are in control. This is where you hear things maybe such as discipline, self-control, but overall, the mastery of your body is what makes you. And that's what you want to master before anything else. You can't master someone else. A relationship is not going to help you master anything. Yes, you can learn lessons and anything, but just the greatest thing anybody can do realistically is spending time by themselves. You'll get the answers. Go out in nature. Really spend some time. Doesn't matter where you're at though. You spend that time, you'll know the answers. You don't need other people and distractions and to be looking at videos. Not even this. I'm gonna be real, but this could propel you and push you. Maybe you need to hear it. Maybe you weren't ready for it, but clicked on it. Now you're here. Maybe you need to see another video or someone else's ideology and their way of speaking. Because like I said, words are just words. They're not. Humans are telepathic. We got the answers right there, telepathically. And I just came out with a video about dreams, and when I had, and you'll see every time you have a dream, check out that video. No one talks in your dreams. They're just like imagery, and it actually is images. How things start, not necessarily words. Words are just a man-made concept. Like I said, this a construction of sounds, and there's different languages all around. And this is where we're at, Again, it's what you think. You think this video was good, then whether it was or not, I'm not arguing about that. What you think about it, think it's good or you liked it, then boom, it's going to have a good impact, a positive impact. And that was the message I was giving anyway. So obviously, some people, you listen to negative music, it can still push you in a different direction or help you out, but it's not going to make you more upbeat. It can and it could, but you listen to depressive music, and I'm not saying anything about it, but it could make you more depressive, or it could just be your state of being. It might not uplift you. It might be negative. You think the music's bad, well then it's it's just you stating your opinion, which is fine. It's not your music, and it made you feel bad, or that's what you thought about it. So again, it's going to put you in a bad mood necessarily, or something like that. But it's all because you thought it was bad. You had to think it. And this is where you can get into the whole that's the whole changing perception or perspective of things, which is just a fancy word for changing your ideals and how you feel about something. It's easy as that. You can like everything realistically. It's when you start judging something. And I understand, like, people are always going to judge, and sometimes you do have to judge and create controversy. It's how things are, and it's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're in control and you know what you're doing, and as long as you know that in the back of your mind or there, and it's not controlling you. So that's all I wanted to say. Sub to the channel, give me a like, let me know how you feel. Check out some of my other videos. Thanks for tuning in. This was Fizz on how to align your mind, body, and spirit. What's the best thing for your mind, body, and spirit? And like I said, it's as simple as that, is to simplify things and listen to it. Follow your heart. Listen to what your body has to say. Not some idea you put in your head, some idea, not because someone else had an idea and tried to put it in there. And it can be hard to break from. Spend some time alone before you make any assumptions, before you come to the conclusion. Really think, is this what I want to do, or how I want to be, or even act? Spend some time with yourself. Doesn't matter where. Nature preferably, or it can be up in your room, just where there's loneliness and no distractions, so you can attract yourself and the energy you want to manifest, and you'll realize everything I say. It's pretty simple. Thanks for tuning in. Again, this was Fizz.